Hi everybody. Today we shall be talking about hair damage and how to fix it. Alright, I kinda wanna say something on that because hair is not like skin where if it gets cut or if it gets damaged, it repairs itself. Hair cannot repair itself. So literally you're not really fixing the damage, you're kinda covering up. There's ways to make it more bearable, I guess, and less temperamental for you. So if you have crispy ends, if you dry your hair a lot, if you know, basically if it's damaged and it's thirsty as hell and it's dry and it needs moisture, go ahead and throw some humectants on that. Basically humectants are, you know, gonna protect the hair and draw moisture from the air actually into the hair, and they also keep the moisture that's in the hair where you want it to be, right? That's where you want it to be. Things like that will be like honey. I do not recommend honey. Please don't put honey in your hair unless you're leaving it overnight. You know, they're not endangered yet, but they are quickly rising to the endangered list. If you like have honey, just eat it. Just stay eating it. Don't put it on your hair. Don't put something on your hair that's just gonna wash down the drain. Like, really? Why are you wasting it that way? Corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, or just general corn syrup does the same shit. It's sugar based. It's the same thing. Exact same thing. It's cheaper and you can slather it on your hair and rinse it out. It'll be fine. It's gonna do the same exact thing. Also, things like molasses. Molasses are extremely moisturizing, extremely nourishing, high in vitamins. It's good for your hair. Another thing not to wash down the drain though. Yeah, you kind of don't want to do that. What else? Sugar. You can make your own. Literally take sugar, lemon juice, or water, rose water, whatever you want. Put it in the stove. Melt that shit down into like a syrup form. Mix it with whatever else, conditioner, whatever it is that you're going to put on your hair as a deep treatment. Boom. Instant moisture. Yes. Alright. Now, if your hair is too moisturized, it's going to start feeling limp, gummy, weird. Just, it's not responding. It might even actually get frizzy. You might need protein. Oh, if you dye your hair or bleach your hair, you're going to need protein. Okay? And you don't need to go out and buy protein packs. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead, fine. I'm not going to tell you not to do that, but you don't have to. Go into your fridge, take out your damn mayonnaise, take out sour cream, anything with protein in it, basically. Any dairy products. Eggs are good. Just, I wouldn't recommend putting eggs in your hair because to take it out kind of requires you to wash it out with super cold water, because even the slightest lukewarm or whatever kind of water, it is actually it'll leave it with bits of egg in your hair. You don't want that. Yogurt, with sugar even, you're getting both protein and humectants. I was told to stop moving around on the camera because I make people dizzy. I'm sorry. It's a habit. Alright, so after you wash your hair also, you might want to seal your ends with either a butter or mineral oil. Yes, you can put mineral oil on your ends. 1 drop. That's all you're going to need. 1 drop. You rub it between your fingers and you take your ends and you do this, basically. And it seals it in. It's not going to seal it in permanently. I mean, every time you wash your hair, you're gonna wash it off. That's why you don't use so much. But it practically keeps the water in as long as possible. And your hair stays happier, hydrated, and it'll feel so nice, your ends. Don't put it all over your hair though. I don't know about putting it on the scalp either. I don't recommend that. I mean, the scalp is different. It needs to breathe. So you don't want to seal your scalp down. That's why a lot of these products that have mineral oil in them, but they're like for hair growth and hair stimulating, and it's like, I don't understand why they put mineral oil in that product. I mean, why? Your scalp needs to freaking breathe. It needs to. Alright, preventing the damage. Or if you already have damage, you know, I already told you how to like treat that. You're gonna need a lot of protein and moisture. And dealing with it differently. You're gonna have to start dealing with your hair very differently, because like I said, once you damage it, there's no going back. You can calm it down, you can hide the damage, but you can't undo the damage. It's gonna be there until either the hair falls out or you cut that part off. And a lot of you are asking me how to preserve the hair and not have to cut it. So that's what I'm telling you. Alright, so the way you brush your hair to style it, because brushing your hair to detangle and brushing your hair to style it are very different. You know how you just rake the brush through your head? Can't be doing that. Also, for people who do their hair so tight, so freaking tight that you basically gave yourself a mini facelift, like you're like, yeah, your eyelids are up here now. Why do you do that? You know, your hair follicles can only like take so much pulling. They're like clinging onto the hair that it has when you're like ripping through and putting that moño up there, putting that ponytail up there all tight and shit. Like, that's nonsense. You know you're giving yourself traction alopecia, right? Like, your hair can't withstand that for so long. It's literally gonna start coming out. You're gonna get bald spots, and on top of that, you're stretching your skin out. Yeah, it looks great. Look at that. It looks awesome. But you're going to lead yourself to premature sagging. Don't do that. Treat your head and your hair gentle. There's a big difference between sleek hairdos, sleek back ponytails, and freaking mini facelift type, you know, effect. Like, just be gentle with that shit. Like, don't go bald because you want to updo and you want to have your eyes back here. Like, don't do that. Heat damage. Yay, I know a lot of you with the hair iron. You guys, you know, and their packaging is so beautifully nowadays. I'm turning again, I'm sorry. Their packaging is so beautifully nowadays. They're talking about, oh, you know, it's ionic. Oh, it's ceramic. It won't damage your hair. Oh, you know, it's low heat. Oh, it's the magic. Like, no, it's still a freaking iron. It's still a hot ass plate that, you know, you're basically, if you put your finger in it, you're gonna get burned, right? So why are you putting your hair on that? I'm not gonna sit here and judge you, because I do it like maybe once every 3 months, 6 months. Like, it's very rare that I use my hair iron. Like, I don't know, it'd have to be a really special occasion for me to use it. But you're literally, it's contact heat. Like, it's on the hair and you're pulling at it, right? And you don't see the damage at first. You're like, oh, whatever, I could iron my hair all the time. That shit don't damage. Yeah, you don't see it. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay, what happens is once you wash your hair and you put moisture, you ever see when you're pulling at it with the iron and that smoke is coming out? That's the water from inside your hair evaporating, okay? Now your hair is dry. Now your hair is like really dry. You go into the shower, you wash your hair, it's putting the water back in. But to do this, it needs to, you know, the cuticles keep going up and down. They're fluctuating. They're going crazy right now. Top it all off, they're burned. They're probably charred at the tips. Who knows what the hell that iron is doing. And then you're putting the water back, and then you notice, damn, my hair looks frizzy when it's natural. I don't have as much curl pattern as I used to. You know, it's because, I don't know, maybe my hair is changing. No, it's because you've been damaging the shit out of it and you haven't realized it. And now on top of that, you need to iron it. Now you need to keep it looking nice. So now you're in a vicious cycle. Now you're just burning your damn hair. Like, the blow dryer does the same thing. I know it takes longer. I know it's more mechanical, but it's healthier for your hair. And on top of that, it has different settings, right? So you have your cold setting. And if I tell you that you can blow dry your hair on the cold setting and get your hair just as nice, possibly even nicer and more shiny, you can actually do that. Do that instead. Okay, what else was I going to say? Yeah, I be writing these things down because I always forget something. Curling irons. I don't even have one anymore. When was the last time I used a curling iron? Curling irons are great for like a special occasion, like for a photo shoot or something. They don't really last as long, so why are you putting your hair through that torture for a little bit of time. Roll that hair up, leave it in there, blow dry it a little bit, and you'll be fine. I wouldn't recommend using curling irons. They take so long too for no reason. Like, you're just there like, let me leave my hair on this hot ass tool for like more than 20 seconds long. No, that's just not cool for your hair. Don't do that. Detangling. If your hair is straight already, you're naturally straight haired and it's healthy or whatever, just go ahead, brush it. You could even use a comb to detangle and then use a boar bristle brush. I call it the BBB. Well, not me, everybody calls it the BBB. But the boar bristle brush is very gentle and it'll just, you know, sometimes people need to brush their hair. Wavy haired people, you know, you got that wave pattern going. You guys would benefit from a comb and a paddle brush. Curly haired people like myself, we cannot brush our hair. Let's not put brushes anywhere near the hair, okay? You're going to literally damage your curls because curls are not meant to be brushed. They are meant to be combed. Even better yet, use your fingers. Your fingers are the best detangling tool you have. You know, they're gentle. You could stop at any point and you know, you just can detangle it perfectly. Look. My hair's not frizzy now, you know, as opposed to if I just, you know, grab my brush and brush through my hair. It's not cool to use a brush on curly hair. It damages it. And a lot of people, I probably recommended this too, combing it when it's wet with conditioner in it, you know, because it helps it gives you slip. But that's just wasting water. Like, you're literally standing there detangling your hair. I don't recommend that. I take that back because I realized how much water was being just wasted. So instead of doing it in the shower, you know, just take a bottle of water, spritz it, and you comb through it. Or oil. Take coconut oil, rub it on the piece of hair you're detangling, and start detangling. And it'll work just as fine. How you sleep. How you sleep with your hair loose? Is it all over the place? Is it just, you know, rubbing against the pillow and the sheets and your clothes? The best thing you can do is buy yourself a silk pillowcase or clip your hair up, put it up in a really, really loose bun. Yeah, loose ponytail, a loose bun, or you could braid it. I know a lot of people do braids. The tools that you use determine a lot about the condition of your hair. What matters about the comb is, does it have seams? Take your comb and I want you to look in between the teeth. Does it have those little lines running on the sides of the teeth? That is so bad for you. They act like mini blades. You know that, right? When your hair is wet, they can actually slice your hair and the strand actually gets thinner, or they can just rough up the cuticle. Get seamless combs, or even better, get a wooden comb. Wood combs are really, really good. The wooden comb distributes the oils down, and it's really good for your hair. It's very gentle too, less friction. If you're gonna be brushing your hair, I really, really recommend boar bristle brushes because they're very gentle, and they grab onto the oils as well, those good, hair-loving oils, and they pull them down to the ends. They grab it from the roots and the scalp, and they bring it down to the length and the ends. So they actually help contribute to shine if you brush regularly with them. If you're not curly haired, you use the boar bristle brush. Drink lots of water, and drinking lots of oils on the regular. I want you to start intaking olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and fish oil, and lots of water. Those 4 oils are key. Now your hair is going to start growing thicker and healthier, and this will help prevent, it's not gonna stop the damage, because if you keep doing the bad things to it, you're gonna keep getting the damage, but it'll take longer to damage. You understand me? So you could do that. Vinegar is gonna keep your hair pH balanced, keep it healthiest. I wanted to talk about also those sealers. I know that there's a lot of products out there claiming that they could seal your split ends. I want to know, What sorcery is this that you concocted in your magical cauldron? You know what I mean? That magically repairs split ends? Please tell me how you do that. Because there's no such thing. Because once your hair is split and you have a split end, unless you're putting glue on that shit, I want to know what these companies are putting in those bottles to help, like what little sorcery they concocted up in there that seals split ends. I would really like to know. It sounds more like to me like they're putting, you know, glue type stuff in there, and who the hell wants that on their hair? I'm not knocking it. Once again, I mean, if you buy it and you use it and it's good for you, whatever. It's just questionable. Why are you saying that you can repair a split end? I was saying about vinegar. Anyway, enough of my rant. I was saying that vinegar also, when you use it after you shampoo and condition, if you take like a cup of water and a little bit of vinegar in it, you mix it and you pour it over, it helps take off that leftover residue that the shampoo will actually leave on your hair. So your hair will actually be residue free and ready to accept any other product that you're going to put after the shower. What else can you do to help with the damage? Trimming. Oh, a lot of people are asking me, once again, I don't want to cut my hair. I like, you know, I want to grow my hair long, or I like the length that it is. I don't want to cut it and I have a lot of split ends. What do I do? Well, don't use those sealants. No. Start search and destroying. You're literally going to take sections of your hair, and I know it's time consuming and you're not going to get all of them. And you might even have to do a little bit here and a little bit later on and a little bit tomorrow, whatever, but just look for them. You see them, cut them. And you cut them right from the very little tip. You don't cut it all the way up. You know what I mean? That'll help like make it last longer, the length, you know? Instead of having to cut all over. Your hair's already naturally uneven anyway. You know that your hair falls out and sheds daily. You got other hairs that are growing in. They're all at different levels. It may look like it's one level, but it's not. And last but not least, I've said this before, stop using alcohol-based products. The hairsprays, they're so bad for you. Don't use hairsprays. Don't use gels. Don't use chemical-filled products, because what you put on your hair is how it's, you know, it's gonna reflect that. Maybe not now, but later on it will. Alcohol is super drying. It's drying the shit out of your hair. So stop using alcohols. Stop using all these products that dry your hair out. If you need gel, use aloe. You could put aloe and oils together and make your own gel. If you need a hairspray, again, you can make your own hairspray. I'll get into that later. Or you can look it up on Google. But I have a post on that coming up, how to make your own products, I promise you. And you can do that to keep your hair as healthy as possible. And honestly, the best thing is to benign neglect it, okay? I mean, if you need to put it up, you put it up. Leave it the hell alone. Leave it the hell alone. Deep condition it once a week and leave it the hell alone. Put it up gently. Don't stretch your skin out looking like this all the time. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Just be gentle with your hair. Super gentle, especially when detangling. I know people get frustrated and they get like, oh, I got more hair to go, like I need to hurry up. Like, no, just take your time with it. Like I said, put on a movie, put on a show, and just, you know, gentle, super gentle. Treat it like if it's silk, okay? Treat it like you would your most prized possession. Treat it gently and it will grow super long and healthy, okay? So that's how, you know, you guys can help cover up or fix some of that damage or prevent further damage. Thank you for watching.